I don't know which ones to do out of these. So I'm gonna look. That. Them. Them. These. Them. Or, I know y'all can't tell me, but yeah, that one. That one. Or that one. Well, sort of like this one. I have a feeling it'll be too long though. Alright, let's get started. That's what we'll do. Those are a little bigger than what I wanted, but it is what it is. This is 6.5 maybe, or 6 probably. The way I had it held, it's probably not. That's an 8 that way, and a 8 that way. Yeah, about. Don't look like it'd be, but I guess. And these are about 3.5 inches long, so we're gonna go for it. And we're gonna work from the clasp over. And I laid out this clasp to do. So how's everyone doing today? I get tongue-tied. Yeah, I'm afraid that my battery's going to die on me fairly soon, so get as much done before it does, because I've got some batteries on charge. Still get hoarse if I talk a lot. I don't know why. I guess it's still a little left over from being sick, probably. There's our clasp. We just looped it around. Need to flatten it out a little bit. Alright, now we're going to take one of these, and one of them had a chip on it I saw, so I'm going to try to watch for it. Whenever I dumped them out, it caught my eye. So I'm going to try to watch. It's one of these darker blue ones. I don't know which one. Hopefully I'll see it. I think that one. So, yeah, whenever I poured them out, I should have grabbed it right whenever I saw it, but I didn't. Ah, there it is. That's it. Roll it back. Roll it around. I go around it. This is yellow brass. If I can grab a hold of the one, hit me in the shirt. I done broke one bead earlier this evening. There we go. There's our one link. That's what it's going to look like. Well, I saw that New York was getting some snow. I think the up north is supposed to have a lot of snow. Today it was 70 something here, which is unheard of for December, but I don't know. I don't know if we've got a El Nino or La Nina or whichever one that is that makes it warmer in the winter here. But they said next week is supposed to start getting cold again, so. And whenever I was little, my grandfather would tell that the first 12 days of the year rule the year, is how he said it. And what that meant is the first 12 days tell you what the next year's going to be like. So, say it's cold on the January 1st, January will be cold. You know, and as you get on to the 7th, 8th, 9th, it's going to be warmer. And if it isn't, then your summer will be cold. Not cold, but cooler than normal. The way he explained it to me. That's the old people way of, you know, telling the weather or forecasting, I guess. And yesterday I went to Goodwill to look around and see what I could find. And I was just looking for different paintings and stuff and seeing if they had anything there that I recognized that, you know, sometimes they sell stuff that you get a really good deal on. So went up there and I thought, well, I'll look at the paintings and see if I recognize any handmade stuff and any artist that I recognize the name of, on the off chance that there might be one. And I found a real pretty watercolor, and it looks like it's not petunias. It looks like morning glories in a vase. It's old. And I can't read the name of it. I can read some of it, but I can't read all of it. And I can't remember what that one's name was. Or I'd tell you, I might put it down in the description. I'll think about it. But yeah, it was real pretty. It's framed. It's matted. And it had the paper on the back like you get from a gallery or something that closes off the back of the frame and everything that covers it. And it had a real heavy-duty chain, not chain, it wasn't chain, it was like a woven piece of heavy wire, and to hang it on the wall with. So I got it. I only paid a little bit of money for it, and brought it home and looked the person up. I can't remember what their name was. But I looked at Grace. It was Grace somebody. Grace somebody. And I couldn't find her. She'd probably be in her 80s or 90s right now, or older, depending on when she made the painting, because the date on the painting was 65, because she dated it under her name. And it's really pretty. Now, I saw the date on it and I thought, boy, that's old. What's it doing in the Goodwill? You know, it was a really nice frame, nice wooden frame, and matted, and had that paper on the back. And the paper was torn a little bit. You could tell that they've handled it rough, I guess. On the back, well, the paper is fragile anyway, because it's probably 60 years old. We're getting close to 60 years old. So, but it looked like it had never been out of the frame, never had the paper loose enough to take it out of the frame, and a really pretty watercolor, or maybe a pastel, but I'm thinking watercolor. And yeah, I brought it home. And then I found some paintings of the town that my husband's from originally. It's not paintings, it's photographs. And he is from a different town. And they were labeled with the name of the town and everything, and I got them too. And I got out to the car. He had waited for me in the car, and I said, I got you a Christmas present. And he says, in there? I said, in there. And they looked brand new. They had to have been hanging on somebody's wall or office or something. I don't know. But they looked brand spanking new and had a little metal plaque on them that said the city. And I got them for him. So my son's going to hang them up. Or at least he said he would. He might wind up me hanging them up. But I don't need him to do it because he's going to have to climb in a chair to do it. And get them up on the wall. Oh, and I found, you know them Wilton cake tins that you bake a cake in that are different shapes? Well, I found both sides to egg tin. And so I could make an Easter egg, which I don't have any grandchildren, so I'd probably have to make it for a niece or a nephew, but maybe one day I'll have some grandchildren. We'll see. I don't think my oldest is planning on any, but who knows, maybe they'll get surprised one day, or maybe they'll just decide that it's time. Yeah. And my youngest, he's particular, so I don't know. If he'll ever meet the one he likes or not, I guess we'll see. Hopefully he finds him somebody that he can fall in love with. time will tell. Alright. You know, I think I've almost made one that looks like this before. It seems like I've used these beads before. What have I done here? Oh, it's just the way it turned now. I think I did one using these beads, but maybe lighter. I don't know. Thought they looked familiar. At least that looks like a video I've done before. But with maybe lighter beads or white or something. I hope I've been under camera. It says low battery. So if I lose you, it ought to beep. And it hasn't beeped. I wonder how low the battery is. Oh, it says 0. Let me get this one wrapped around and I'll change out the battery. Hopefully it don't end before I get around this. This one we're going to have to check it at 5 beads because these are, I think, well, the other ones were 10 that I just did. And I did 6 beads on it. We'll see. See how long it looks. 3 more beads out. 1, 2. No, I always get more than I need. We'll do one more after this one and put the clasp on. Don't want to get too close to that bead, but alright. Let's see what this is all look like. Let's see where we're at. We're right at about 7 inches. Well, I can hold it. Maybe a 6 3/4. Ah, that'll work. Because that's about what it was on the other one I did. I think I wear around a 6 1/2. Because the 6 3/4 was a tiny bit loose, but still where I could wear it if I wanted to wear it. And about everybody else is about there are some that have bigger wrists, some with littler wrists. It just depends on the bone structure, really. The funny thing is, this is the arm I broke before. This one. Whenever I was in school doing basketball. Yeah, it was basketball relays. That's what we were doing. And I fell, and the teacher's like, "Oh, you didn't break it?" He just didn't want me to have broke it. I broke it. Didn't break it bad. I cracked it. That's what I did. And I guess because he didn't see a bone sticking out, he didn't think it was broke. I don't know. And he told me that it was not broken, that it'd be all right. And he did call my grandmother. My grandmother came and got me, and then her and my aunt drove me to the hospital where my mother worked, and we got the doctor to x-ray it, and yeah, it was broken. I came back to school the next week with a cast on. I didn't think it was broken. I said, yeah, it's cracked. Well, you couldn't have told without an x-ray. Unless I compound fractured it. All I did was crack that bone. I just landed wrong on my arm. That's the only thing that happened. Well, there we go. Dark blue and light blue. That bead looks littler than that one. Maybe it's just the angle it's laying. Well, yeah. Yeah, maybe it's the angle it's laying because I got them out of the same bag. I like blue. Well, I like about every color, so I don't really have a true favorite. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking out to the end. Like and subscribe. It helps me out. And I'll see you on the next one. Y'all take care out there. Bye-bye.